I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and today we're looking at the Hot Toys Spider-Man HomeComing. I hope you enjoy the video.
Greetings, friends and true believers. Make sure to whip out your spider webs and swing over that subscribe button. The more subscribers we have, the more leverage we have to roll up on these toy companies and flex our action figure review muscles. I'm Rob Banks, this is the Red Cup Review, and Spider-Man, like half the Hot Toys that came out recently, are looking over there. Here's the Hot Toys box of the Spider-Man MMS 425, 1/6 scale from Hot Toys. What I really like about this box, as opposed to the other boxes, is not only is the colors really nice, and it gives you a shot of the actual movie character, as opposed to the figure itself. It's got this nice magnet that opens up to a window inside, which will give you an idea, choking me out here, of what he looks like inside the package. We already have everything laid out on the table. And Spider-Man also comes with, here's one of his little accessories. You know the part in Civil War at the end of the movie when he shoots his like little Spidey signal up on the wall? He actually comes with two of them. There's this one and there's one behind it, but I'm not taking it out of the package because, I don't know, I'm probably never going to display it. It's just something nice and neat and something cool. I think they're stickers, I believe. And then it gives you an idea of who made the figure on the inside, the credits, so to speak. Well, here is the Hot Toys Spider-Man figure. Very dynamite, and he definitely pops off the shelf with all the different bright colors he's got going on. But you knew that already. He's got a great design for his suit. Here's a quick, come on Spidey. Here's a quick 360 of what he looks like. All the way around. Let's take a quick look at the spider on his back. It's very nice. His costume will bend and crinkle and crimp, so be careful when posing him. We'll get into his articulation in just a moment. And let's do that now. Spider-Man's head has great rotation, really expressive, goes all the way up, so you can have him probably swinging in. We'll do some poses later on, looking all the way down and around. His arms, they ratchet, so they will hold their poses. But when you ratchet them up, you bring them back down. You can see the separations in his shoulders. You just take your thumb, put it under there, and come on. Pop the joint back up, pop his shoulder right back into place. And it'll also help get rid of the wrinkles that'll happen in his costume. He has double jointed elbows. The wrists move the way you guys know how Hot Toys wrists move. But be careful when posing him, because in the instructions are full of you can't do this with Spider-Man. It's just full of a bunch of things you can't do with him. Also in the head sculpt, I wanted to point out that there's a seam that runs along from the back to the front. I actually noticed it in the promotion shots just recently. When I pulled this out, it was a little disappointing. You could actually really see the seam running down the back of his head. So that may be a deal breaker for some, because it does actually ride along the middle webbing line and it kind of makes it wobble a little. The head is actually a sculpted head underneath. This isn't a sculpted head. It actually has the material over. I don't know if you can see that.
Why would they put a seam on the top of his head?
Well, they had to put the seam somewhere. Either it's going to go like this or like this. However, they really, since it's stretchy material, they really should have just kept the seam from back here to about halfway up and just kind of stretched it over. But they did what they did. If you keep him in a pose too long, you will get wrinkles in the outfit. He has double jointed knees. The legs go up. You hear that? There you go. And you see the wrinkles in the outfit. The outfit will hold the wrinkles, so please be careful. This is the type of figure you're going to get him in a real crazy dynamic pose, and then you're going to wind up keeping him there. Or you're going to wind up keeping him in like kind of a somewhat dynamic neutral pose. I'm going to try to have him like crouching as low as I can next to my Cap figure without causing too many wrinkles, but you're not going to be able to avoid it altogether. The ankles go in, they go out, they go all the way down, so you're going to be able to get really great range of motion within his ankle. His toes articulate. Let's take a look at the toe. The toe bends all the way back. It bends all the way, well, not all the way forward, it just bends forward and back. And that's it pretty much for Spider-Man and his amazing articulation. A massive amount of accessories for Spider-Man. Let's take a look at his base. His base has the Spider-Man Peter Parker nice etching in there. This has got a nice material to it here, and this is kind of a glossy finish. That's what his base looks like. All right, he comes with this nifty Very important accessory, especially when you have an unmasked head sculpt of Peter Parker. This is where Mezco, I thought, fell short. There's no opening on the... Well, there's a little bit of an opening on the bottom. And you have to just, like rest this in his hand, or maybe kind of fold it over and kind of stuff it in there, because there isn't really no way for him to kind of naturally just grab it because of the hands he comes with, but it is an awesome accessory nonetheless. Head sculpt. Great head sculpt. This looks just like Tom Holland. Hey, what's that over there? Got a nice amount of detail on the hair. The hair is done exceptionally well on this figure. There is no bleed from the paint, and the eyebrows are really well done. Nice up-close look at that head sculpt. Excellent. One of the best. All right. His Science Today book is really cool. Nice, thick textbook. And I thought was really cool and interesting is they actually have the instructions for the figure itself written in there, or at least some of them. And each page is the same thing over and over again, but you get the idea. So that was a nice little, neat little thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe, web attachments. They should have came with like one double attachment. None of these are bendable. They kind of move a little, but they are not bendable. But what you do is you pick this up like this. You put it in the end here to this piece. And now you have him shooting his web. Then you could take this end and stick it in one of the ends of his web shooters. And he comes with 2 sets of web shooters, which to me doesn't really make any sense. One with a closed web shooter and one with an open one where you can actually stick this through. And the weight kind of weighs it down a little bit. You see? But that's how it goes, and that's what they were looking for. You take this one, you can put this one in there as well. You get the idea. It's almost like he's shooting it kind of up and on an angle. Headphones. The headphones are pretty cool. Nice little neat accessory. You could take them, you stick them on Spider-Man's head like this, and now he's got his tunes. What else do we got here? Hands, and more hands. 2 fists, 2 for holding webs. You take the webs, once again, give me a web. You slide it in there, and it looks like he's swinging. Would you like to swing on a web? Right, just like that. There you go. And that works from both hands. He's got 2 web shooting hands. I have one attached to the figure right now, but they'll give you an idea of the texture, and the paint is done exceptionally well on these hands. Here are the 2 open hands. Right, they're pretty much the same. You know, one for the left and one for the right. And 2 sets of relaxed hands, and one of them's already on the figure, so give you an idea of what that looks like as well. Okay, his book bag is fluffy. It's nice. It's got really good material. It's durable. The zippers all work, and when you open them up, what makes it nice and fluffy? Fluffity puffity. Come on, open up. There we go. It's got like that little white kind of plasticky Brillo thing in there to kind of puff it out. I'm going to keep mine in there because I like it. I like it puffy. Make it look like he's got some books in there. And down. He's got these little black things here are magnets, and they kind of stick right up for his web wings. We'll show you that in a second. And the eyes, the different eyes he comes with. He comes with the killer, Spider-Man in kill mode, or whatever it is, super dangerous mode. Kind of halfway open eyes, almost fully closed eyes, and the really big Mark Baglian type eyes. But the eyes I'm going to be going with that I like the best are these because it reminds me of John Romita on Spider-Man, which is another reason why I really dug this this costume. Also, there's a nice close-up of how they did the sewing on the head, like I said in the last clip. Comes up around here, around the back, around the top, and it kind of like, you see how it takes that and makes like a little bump in there. But they all have this. It's actually, you can actually see it very subtly in the promotional shots. Unfortunate, there's the knit, but it's the way it is. As far as taking the eyes out go, it's really difficult and a big pain in the you know what. Something I just kind of figured out, actually just messing with it. What you do is you push down slightly on the corner and it raises this area over here, and you can push down and kind of get your finger in there all in the same time, so you don't got to keep clawing it out. So you could push in here and then pull from up there. Here's a quick look at how to add these to your Spider-Man. You put his arms up like so, make sure they're nice and wide, and then you take them and just pop them on. And it's that simple. And you can maneuver them to kind of minimize the space that happens in between here. You know, you could kind of position them in certain ways. There we go. Right? And there you go. Now he has his web wings. Spider-Man from Hot Toys. Can he do whatever a spider can? Not really. His underlying body's got a lot of nice articulation. It's restricted, but yet not restricted by the outfit somehow. It's kind of maybe just some kind of psychological thing I got going on. Wondering if the bagginess is going to come into play when you kind of pose him, and it just...
Go up, my phone agrees.
So, we're giving it 3.75 cups on the Red Cup review. All right, check the Facebook page in a week, and let's see if we can get him into some better poses than the ones we've been able to offer you in this video. Couple of final last thoughts on Spider-Man. Look at that, that's cool. I mean, you could really achieve some pretty awesome kick-butt poses with this guy, especially if you get him on the stand. But as you can see, his costume will wrinkle, and if you keep him like that, it's going to... See? I only had him like that for, I don't know, a minute just to get this video going. And it's already kind of baggied out and kind of wrinkled up. But you know what? Spider-Man, he's a web slinger. He swings around. His costume's going to get wrinkled, I guess. So that's some final thoughts on Spider-Man. Be careful. These figures are expensive. But once you kind of get him out of the pose, if you leave him like that, I think the material will go back to normal over time. You're going to have wrinkles, but what are you going to do? The wrinkles are actually much more accentuated in the light than they are when looking at them up close. So there's my final thoughts on Spider-Man. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Like we said a million times before, let's build up this community. There's a nice close-up of the spider on his back. And I put the different eyes on him for this as well, the smaller ones. All right, guys, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man saying, we'll see ya on the next episode of the Red Cup Review.